All right, this is for the other AmigaBASIC user out there. I'm probably one of the few, but I still enjoy playing around with AmigaBASIC, even if it's in an emulator. And I've been playing around with some new code, and I want to share that with you. But first, my program here, it's Sprite Icon Editor. I created it a long time ago, and I recently did a port to Windows. And that's what you're seeing. One of the things I did, which wasn't in the original version, I added these these color modes for the Amiga. Now the difference between PC is that the colors are different, and the uh, the palette entries are also different. They range from 0 to 63 in the PC world, and in the Amiga, they're, let's see, what are they? Let's go 32 color mode, bring that up. And they range from 0 to 15. So if we go, we can see that the second number here, that's the actual um, color RGB value. So the first one's red here. So it ranges from 0 to 15, but AmigaBASIC doesn't accept whole numbers like that. It accepts these percentage, almost like a percentage of one. And that's what we got to work with. So that's what I've been exporting the colors. So let me just draw something here. And let's just paint it in. Now if I come here and adjust this color, yeah, that's unique. And let's also do the same for this color. Let's change it to something unique also. All right, that's good. And I'm going to export the palette, and I'm going to call it testpal 2. Now we can also export these as just data statements, but I'm exporting them as the palette command, and I'll show you the difference in just a few seconds. And I'm going to export the image as well. And we could export it as data statements, or this new format that I've added support for, the AmigaBASIC, called XGF, and I'll show you that as well. Um, let's call it test ball XGF. And I'm going to export it as data statements as well. Okay, let's minimize this for now. And so I have a pre-made demo that I've been working on that demonstrate a lot of these features. Let's stop it and run it again. And I'll go over the demo, what's happening here. So we have various images that are floating around. These images here, the ball and the squares here, and the little Amiga, they're Bob's. This one is a sprite because it's 16 pixels wide and is limited to 4 colors. And what's unique about this shape right here was loaded from an XGF file, and and converted dynamically into a bob, which you saw going down the screen. This image here was drawn on the screen with the line command, and it was captured to image buffer with the get command, and then converted dynamically to a bob also. And I'm going to show you the code now. So if we come here, let me go through the code. So this is where we got the 2 boxes. Let me flip through. I want to have it side by side here. So these 2 boxes here are this code right here. And we basically converted from the captured image into a bob here with the this code I wrote myself. And if we scroll down to here, here's the code that makes the that image into a bob. And if some of you have ever gone into the object editor, this code might look familiar because it originated from there. I've taken it and modified a few things and added a bit more comments, so it actually makes more sense. But you could convert any image all the way from 2 colors to 32 colors. I've tested this, it works great. And I've added some additional code. Uh, so it also makes a sprite if it's 16 pixels and 4 colors. So there's a bit of code here that checks for that. If it's not, it just exits and it doesn't create one. So the only limitation to make sprite that it has to be 4 colors. Yep. So here's some new code. So this reads the XGF format. So you could export that from Master. Here we go back here again. So when I was selecting export and selecting XGF, that's the format that that little bit of code can read. And let's go back. And I added this code to allow you to save. So if you create any image on the screen, just like the 2 little rectangles we made back here, those also can be saved to a file. And that's what it does. And I think I've covered everything here. So what I'm going to do next is just load up that image. Yeah, let me put it in the main folder here because I think I saved it here. And okay, so I called it testball.xgf. Okay, let me just copy these. Into the main folder here so I could access them easier. Okay. testball.xgf. So now it should read that image that I just created a few minutes ago. And no, did I forget to save it? Probably. All right, okay, that's good because it's a different size and I didn't look up what the new file size is. So let's take a look and 626. So we need half of that. So that's 313. So we need to modify this number here to 313 and it should read it properly now. Okay, let's take a closer look. It's here. Yeah, 626. Okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to change this number as well. Missed that. Okay, there we go. So this is the image I was just working on. We pasted on the screen here, and we also converted it into a bob. But if you notice that the colors aren't right, they're the default colors. Let me bring that back up again. So we changed the colors to this kind of greenish color, and we exported it to a palette. So now I'm going to go back into the editor, and I'm going to open that file. It was testpal2 bs. Nope, it was not. What was it? Uh, Okay, I've inserted an extra character in there. Let's just rename it. Okay, I see my problem. I just keep misspelling things. So I'm going to take this bit of code and just paste it in the front of the other program. We don't need all these palette commands, but it's the easiest and fastest way. So let's just stick it in here. All right. Hopefully this should work. And now the colors match. Although we've managed to change the color for the boxes here also, but that doesn't matter. Let me just bring this here. That way we could have side by side. So this looks like this now. And I'm going to put the code on GitHub, and you could download it. You could play around with. If there's any other AmigaBASIC users out there, let me know. Leave a comment. I don't think there's many of us left.